Hello and welcome to What to Eat Next. I'm your host, Mika Rotunda. Today, we're going Southern style because recently I took a fun little trip to Tennessee, USA, where I spent my time mountain climbing, whitewater rafting, and working up an appetite. So today, we're going to recreate my favorite dinner I had in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So, what are we making? Well, we're going to take a Southern take on a French classic. We're making a white bean mushroom ragu, little sweet taters with rosemary, and a honey balsamic glazed salmon. But it gets so much better because joining me in the kitchen today is one of my best friends in the entire world, top radio jock for over 10 years, and co-host of the Fisher and Cage podcast, Mr. Cage Cold himself, ladies and gentlemen, Jessie Cage!
That was my fire. Fire went crazy when I came in.
I wish I had some pyro going off.
Well, I'm sure now that you have me in your kitchen, we'll have plenty of fire to deal with.
I resent that. But you know what? We're going to risk it for the biscuit. All today on What to Eat Next. So the very first thing we're going to do is make our ragu.
Okay.
But first and foremost, these right here are a little bit of mustard greens. They take a while to simmer down, and you have to get the bitterness out.
I can relate to taking a second to simmer down. It happens for me too.
Well then good. You and the mustard greens have a lot in common.
We're going to simmer.
We're going to simmer them down. So literally this is just salt and pepper.
Okay.
Mustard greens that are unstemmed. You don't want to eat the stem. It doesn't taste well.
Alright.
And then a little chicken broth into some boiling water. And that's just going to cook down while we prepare the rest of the ragu.
Alright.
I can't stop my southern accent. You know, as soon as I get in the kitchen and I know that it's southern inspired, the Brooksville, the Florida girl in me is just coming to life.
Redneck happens. I can see it from here.
You know what? The only thing will make this non-redneck is if we have wine.
Oh.
Guess who brought wine?
What?
So, if you'd like, you can get a glass and we'll try that out.
I brought a glass.
Oh, you did? It's like you predicted.
I heard that we're going to be possibly drinking wine from Tennessee, so I brought a glass.
If that doesn't say class in a glass, I don't know what does. All right, well, let's get Jessie some wine while these simmer down. So, Mr. Gypsy Man?
Yeah.
2 knives.
Oh.
Whichever strikes your fancy.
All right.
I'm going to have you slicing up a little white onion.
Okay.
Shallots.
Right.
Thyme.
I like thyme.
Because thyme is on your side.
Oh, it is now.
That's rosemary, cotton-headed any muggin. Shh, that's thyme. Thyme is on his side.
It was all stuck together.
I do like puns. Also, in addition to the onions and shallots, what is one ingredient that is crucial in our Italian bloods dish?
Well, the one thing you have not mentioned yet is garlic, of course.
Nailed it.
I love it.
So obviously fresh garlic cloves.
Okay,
And then celery and red peppers.
All right, there's lots of chopping to be had here.
There sure is. So we're going to start with the one. Into a cast iron skillet along with chicken stock, olive oil, and a little salt and pepper. With that fresh thyme.
Oh, there it is. Do you want to put it on your side?
Thyme is on my side.
Of course it is.
Boom! With that thyme, we have cooked down celery, onions, shallots, all the goodies that we were just chopping up. We have 3 last things to add.
Okay.
The mushrooms.
Like the mushrooms.
We're gonna let those cook down, as well as those simmered down greens.
The way that the smells here have developed, I am more than impressed with you right now.
Thanks.
Because I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna cook for my wife tonight, so maybe, you know, get a little lucky, but you're helping me out and hopefully other things develop. Why do you leave them in there to simmer for so long?
Because they are bitter.
Okay.
And just like kale, if you don't cook kale down, it tastes like kale.
Right, and nobody likes kale.
Not really. Also have to add another ingredient.
Okay.
The main one, if you will, the navy bean. They offer a great protein source, So, say for instance, if you have someone who's trying to be vegan or vegetarian, legumes are your friend.
I'm not even going to touch that right now. That's fine. I'm going to let those people be wrong.
You can, if you want. And then lastly, they are strong in iron.
Oh.
Who doesn't need iron? Think about, we got the gun show.
I can't compete with this.
Now, one thing that's tradition in the South is what? It's taters. And today, we're gonna do simple sweet taters.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just gonna put them into boiling water with a little olive oil and salt and pepper.
Right.
And let them boil down because we all know what a raw potato tastes like.
Not good.
No, not
I
particularly.
just like the bottom line that no one wants a raw tater.
Not today. So we're gonna put this into the water and let that boil down and get started with our honey balsamic glazed salmon.
I love the salmon.
Skin still on,
Oh, yeah.
fresh, never frozen.
Right.
Wild caught salmon.
You see just and I do know a little bit about the fish. The fat that runs through the fish, I know that as you cook it, it'll kind of seep into that flesh.
And give it its natural flavor.
Very excited about that. Simple.
Simple.
Somebody taught me that today.
Perfect word. Simply grilled, simply cooked, simply seasoned. You see that 9 times out of 10 at a restaurant on the menu about salmon.
Okay.
Salmon, like you said, with that fat content in there, the omega-3s, it gives it such a natural decadence that you don't need to overbear a salmon with flavor or oils or anything like that. So we're going to put it in on a medium heat,
Okay.
skin still on.
Okay.
The salmon's going to go in there with a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, thyme,
Well, we always have time for time, don't we?
and rosemary. And then at the end, we're gonna top it off with that honey balsamic glaze that gives it a nice little decadence. Now we got them sweet taters strained. They're nice and soft. We can put them into just a skillet.
Okay.
We're gonna add the olive oil, rosemary, a little balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
So-
What's happening? Just
Bam!
right.
I do love Irma Lagasse.
Who doesn't?
You know, when I went to Nolans, that was the first stop I made.
Yeah.
And then I went to Cape Paul's. And then I went to Pat O'Brien's. You can't go to New Orleans and not get a hurricane.
Yeah, last time I was in New Orleans, actually I think we were there at the same exact time. I remember just a little bit of New Orleans, so thank you for that, New Orleans.
Now, what was the most memorable part then?
Well, I mean, Undertaker losing was...
Dun dun dun!
Oh my
I will never forget that moment. Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker in WrestleMania in New Orleans was the most memorable match of all time.
I will go with that 1,000%.
And then to see the following year at WrestleMania, Bray Wyatt.
A guy we know.
I love him a little bit.
You know what? I can say that too. I love that guy.
But you know what? Being ringside and watching that finish happen on someone you know and love, oh man. Oh man, look, I'm sweating again.
Yeah,
all right,
nice.
do you hear our salmon sizzling?
I like the sizzle.
So this is a sure sign that the skin's gonna peel off easy. So we're gonna go ahead and flip the salmon. So these just have a few more minutes to cook, and then we're gonna add that balsamic glaze. So we may as well get started on that. Balsamic glaze.
Balsamic.
It literally just consists of the balsamic vinegar
Okay.
and a locally made honey that I got in Tennessee featuring the sourwood berry.
Oh.
I had the privilege of going into this honey shop and tasting every single honey. It was quite magical.
All right. All the honeys.
She was, I like all the honeys. So we're gonna do the balsamic glaze.
So would that be your bae?
This BB my bae. This is getting out of hand. So high heat.
Okay.
You don't want it to scorch. It's like simmering. I'm using simmer so much today.
Well, it's fine.
Cooking down chocolate. You don't want it to scorch.
Okay.
So you watch it very closely on that high heat and continually stir it. You don't want the edges to get browned either.
Okay.
So we're gonna watch that closely. Open up our honey.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
Give it a whiff.
Oh, it's very honey-y.
Sweet nectar of sourwood. Once it's syrupy, that's when you know it's done.
Okay.
And then it's the sauce. Stir it
From
up.
honey to sauce, just like that.
Bada boom, bada bing. The bada sauce and the thing.
There it is. I think it's a pan.
Maybe, perhaps. And we are going to just pour this over our salmon.
Oh, this is pretty exciting.
Now, Jessie Cage,
Ma'am,
are you ready?
you have no idea.
It is time to dig in. First, we're gonna start a little serving of the ragu.
All right.
Look at all that flavor.
It
I gotta
looks-
get you, I'm giving you some extra greens.
I
You're
like my
welcome,
greens.
Crystal. Crystal, I did that for you.
It's true. She's...
My kale sister. And then we're gonna do some sweet potatoes.
All right. Hold that for you so we don't have runaway sweet potatoes.
I'm a little runaway.
Get it. Get it, John.
Oh. So you got your sweet taters. And then, last but most certainly not least, now I saw your eyes wandering towards the one with the excess fat content.
Yeah, well, I did, yes.
So, I'll be your best friend.
Oh, man.
Bada bing.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh wait, you forgot your skin.
Oh, thank you very much.
Because Jessie likes to eat salmon skin. Just another reason he's one of my favorite people ever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Bon
Look at
appetit.
that. Look at that.
Jessie's about to dig in, and if you want to recreate all of these recipes at home, you can go to www.wheretonextmicah.com, and all of these recipes that we cooked in front of you will be featured online. If you want more of Jessie Cage, go check him out on the Fisher and Cage podcast every week and subscribe right now, today.
This is unbelievable.
What's your favorite part?
The skin.
I'll let you keep eating.
I can't stop.
Go for it. Thank you again for tuning in to What to Eat Next. Go online and check out the recipes and subscribe to our email list at www.wheretonextmicah.com.
Yeah, do that. I'm gonna keep eating.
You know, my grandma always said you need all 10 fingers to get all good things done.
Did Grandma say that?
No,
She never said that. Well, good.
But she thought it.
She thought it.
And then she translated it to me.